Deep in the Pyrenees, surrounded by dense forests and towering peaks, lies Engolasters Lake. For generations, the people of Andorra have whispered of a witch haunting these waters, her spirit bound to the lake after a tragic end. The tale begins with Eulalia, a woman who lived in the nearby village and was both feared and revered for her knowledge of herbs and healing. Eulalia had always been an outcast, her unusual ability sparking rumors. Though she had helped many with her remedies, suspicions grew over time. Villagers blamed her for misfortunes, failed crops, sudden illnesses, and unexplained accidents. Whispers of witchcraft began to spread, and the fear only grew worse as strange occurrences plagued the town. One cold autumn evening, a terrible storm swept through, leaving the village's crops ruined and its livestock sick. The villagers, desperate and frightened, became convinced that Eulalia had cursed them. They gathered torches and made their way to her cottage, demanding she answer for their suffering. Despite her protests of innocence, they dragged her to the lake's edge, ignoring her pleas. As the crowd condemned her, Eulalia turned to the waters, whispering a final curse under her breath. "If I must leave this world, I shall not leave you in peace," she vowed. With that, she was thrown into the icy lake, vanishing beneath its surface. The villagers returned home, believing their troubles had ended, but it was only the beginning. Not long after Eulalia's death, strange phenomena began to plague the village. Lights were seen hovering over the lake on moonlit nights, and eerie wails echoed across the waters. Those who dared venture near Engolasters after dark spoke of a spectral figure gliding just above the surface, her face pale and eyes glowing with a sinister light. One evening, a young villager named Mark ventured to the lake, hoping to debunk the tales. Armed with a lantern, he approached the shore, ignoring the shiver of fear that ran through him. As he gazed over the water, a thick mist began to rise, swirling around him until he could barely see. Suddenly, he heard a voice, soft, mournful, and unmistakably female, calling his name. Before he could react, the mist parted, revealing Eulalia's ghostly form. Her hair floated around her as if underwater, her eyes burning with anger. Mark tried to turn and flee, but found himself rooted to the spot, as if the ground held him fast. The witch raised her arm, and visions of his ancestors filled his mind, faces twisted in fear, their cries echoing in his ears. The ghost advanced, reaching out with a hand that seemed to glow with a pale light. When dawn broke, Mark was found unconscious by the lake, his face ashen and his body cold. He awoke later, but he would never speak of what he saw, his eyes reflecting a fear he could not escape. After that, the villagers avoided Engolasters Lake, wary of the witch's vengeance. Those brave enough to visit at night swore they could feel her watching, the air growing colder, the mist thickening. To this day, the lake remains a place of eerie beauty and quiet dread. The legend of Eulalia, the witch of Engolasters Lake, endures, a chilling reminder of the power of fear and the curse that binds her to the water. Locals warn travelers to stay away from the lake after sunset, lest they disturb the restless spirit of the witch who guards its shores, waiting for the chance to share her curse with anyone who dares approach.